All right, hello everybody. I just thought I'd take a second and go through some highlights on our syllabus for you. This is located in our back to school folder in Schoology. Here at the top is some contact information. This email is hyperlinked, so you can click directly on the document or type it out in the email browser. Just make sure you spell my last name correctly. There's lots of letters there. There's also a remind code here. I've blacked it out so that we don't have people who don't belong in our class on it. Parents can also join the remind. I'll be using it as another way to communicate with students. There's also the office hours. This is like lunch tutoring and extra time for help between 12 and 12:30, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Access to that is through this link on the document here. It's also linked on the front page of our Schoology page. And again, I've blacked out additional information so that our meetings can't get hacked. Here at the top, there's some information just about the types of things you can expect from our ninth grade English class. A lot of common questions are, what types of books are we going to read? There's going to be some independent reading. Some of these novels may be what we read when we are together. A lot of that will be dependent on when we are together, but we will certainly be reading lots of short stories, speeches, poems, and articles. We've spent some time in class going through synchronous norms. One thing I'd like to bring to your attention here with asynchronous, since this is a brand new thing for us, at least every Wednesday, students should be devoting a minimum of 30 minutes to each class, since there are no Teams meetings on that day. So the expectation is that students will be doing work for English at least on Wednesday. There's also application time after classes and their own time on top of that. There are some general expectations about respect, and we do things in class to try to make sure others feel heard and supported. We will be enforcing an attendance policy. This applies to synchronous classes only. We do ask students show up on time. Most students are finding by arriving about 5 minutes early, it can help account for any technical problems that may prevent them from entering the class. As far as grading goes, we're back to the same 70-30 that the county had before the pandemic. There's some descriptions here about what counts as product and process grades. I do try to keep HACC updated. If you do notice a discrepancy or something doesn't look right, wait a couple days and see if it changes. If not, please reach out to me and we'll see what's going on there. I do expect students to complete their own work on their own volition as their own effort. It's a big deal to me that they are practicing, they are thinking, and they are working through what we're doing together. If they do use citations, they use sources, I do expect MLA format. We'll go through what that looks like when we get there a little bit later in the year as we start the year with narrative. Due dates are going to be a little different in a distance learning situation. Due dates also include a timestamp. Right now, the default timestamp is midnight. I don't think I'm going to change that. I'm not really sure how that's going to work overall. But anything that is turned in after the due date and time will receive a reduced grade. This is a good time to practice planning ahead. I know there can be technical problems, and I would hope that students would notify me of any technical difficulties they are experiencing, but we shouldn't be waiting until 11:30 p.m. on the day something is due to try and start it, given that technology can be a problem. Most of the time in this distance learning scenario, there will be multiple days in between when an assignment is given and when it is due to allot for that kind of planning. Makeup assignments plan the same way. So let's make sure we stay on top of assignments that are given when you are absent. You can access the folders for the days that you're absent to make those up. And we will be doing some reassessments. Most essays and major works will be allowed to be reassessed, but that will be a conversation between me and the student. All right, let's have a great year. Thanks, everyone.